Lady Tremaine spent the majority of the time learning how to use a stone bow, the only fitting weapon for a lady such as her, and learning various knots. She received a 5 as her training score for her demonstration of her stone bow skills. Furthermore, she approached King Stefan and Princess Aurora for an alliance and was accepted. Gus spent the majority of the time simply eating. He received a 1 as his training score, as he did not demonstrate any prior or learned skills. Princess Aurora spent the majority of the time learning survival skills. She received a 3 as her training score for her demonstration of how to weave a basket. King Stefan spent the majority of the time honing his swordsmanship. He received a 7 as his training score for his demonstration of his skills with a sword. Furthermore, he approached Briar Rose for an alliance, and having revealed that she was in fact Princess Aurora and his daughter, was accepted. Belle spent the majority of the time learning survival skills, including flora and fauna. She received a 6 as her training score for her recitation of information pertaining to survival. Gaston spent the majority of the time flexing his muscles for Charlotte and showing off how much he could lift. He received a 9 for his training score for his demonstration of his strength. Furthermore, he approached Belle for an alliance and attempted to flirt with her, but was rejected. After quite a few rejections from Belle, he turned his attention to Charlotte and approached her for an alliance, and was accepted. Princess Jasmine spent the majority of the time learning survival skills. She received a 4 for her demonstration of how to set up a tent. Jafar spent the majority of the time learning how to fight with a staff. He received a 5 for his demonstration of his skills with a staff. Furthermore, he approached Anna, Kristoff, Flynn Rider, and Mother Gothel for an alliance, and was accepted. Pocahontas spent the majority of the time learning survival skills, including flora and fauna. She received a 5 for her demonstration of varied survival skills. Kocoum spent the majority of the time learning survival skills, including flora and fauna, and honing his skills with close and ranged knife combat. He received a 10 for his demonstration of his knife combat skills. Furthermore, he approached Pocahontas for an alliance and was accepted. Mulan spent the majority of the time learning survival skills, including flora and fauna, and honing her skills with a staff, sword, and bow. She received a 9 for her demonstration of her skills with a staff. Shan Yu spent the majority of the time honing his skills with a sword. He received a 10 for his demonstration of his swordsmanship. Charlotte spent the majority of the time flirting with Gaston. She received a 2 for her attempted demonstration of how to start a fire. Louis spent the majority of the time building rapport with the other tributes. He received a 4 for his demonstration of camouflage. Mother Gothel spent the majority of the time honing her skills with a knife and learning to use a bow. She was additionally allowed contact with her daughter upon special request. She received a 7 for her demonstration of how to throw a knife. Furthermore, she approached Kristoff and Anna for an alliance and was accepted. Flynn Rider spent the majority of the time honing his skills with a knife. He received a 6 for his demonstration of close combat with a knife. Furthermore, he approached Kristoff, Anna, and Mother Gothel for an alliance and was accepted. Princess Merida spent the majority of the time learning survival skills, including flora and fauna. She received a 10 for her demonstration of her archery. Furthermore, she approached her father for an alliance and was accepted. King Fergus spent the majority of the time honing his skills with the sword. He received a 10 for his demonstration of his swordsmanship. Princess Anna spent the majority of her time learning survival skills and learning how to fight with a bow. She received a 5 for her demonstration of her archery. Kristoff spent the majority of the time learning survival skills, including flora and fauna, and learning how to fight with a trident. He received a 7 for his demonstration of how to fight with a trident. Furthermore, he approached Anna for an alliance due to having fallen in love with her and was accepted, and approached Tong for an alliance but was not accepted. Moana spent the majority of the time learning survival skills, including flora and fauna. She received a 5 for her demonstration of how to weave a net. Furthermore, she approached Heihei, then Gus, then Mulan, then Belle, then Princess Jasmine for alliances, and was accepted every time except in the case of Mulan, who rejected the alliance. Heihei spent the majority of the time just eating. He received a 1 for no demonstrated skills. Namaari spent the majority of the time learning survival skills, including flora and fauna, and honing her skills with varied weapons. She received an 8 for her demonstration of unarmed combat. Tong spent the majority of the time learning survival skills, including flora and fauna, and honing his skills with an axe. He received an 8 for his demonstration of close combat with an axe. In summary, Lady Tremaine received a 5, Gus received a 1, Princess Aurora received a 3, King Stefan received a 7, Belle received a 6, Gaston received a 9, Princess Jasmine received a 4, Jafar received a 5, Pocahontas received a 5, Kocoum received a 10, Mulan received a 9, Shan Yu received a 10, Charlotte received a 2, Louis received a 4, Mother Gothel received a 7, Flynn Rider received a 6, Merida received a 10, King Fergus received a 10, Anna received a 5, Kristoff received a 7, Moana received a 5, Heihei received a 1, Namaari received an 8, and Tong received an 8. Lady Tremaine, Princess Aurora, and King Stefan are allied. Gus, Belle, Princess Jasmine, Moana, and Heihei are allied. Gaston and Charlotte are allied. Jafar, Mother Gothel, Flynn Rider, Princess Anna, and Kristoff are allied. Pocahontas and Kocoum are allied. And Princess Merida and King Fergus are allied. Mulan, Shan Yu, Louis, Namaari, and Tong have elected to go alone. See you tomorrow.